Hello, welcome to the class on charge, current and time. I am Laura Lewis. Okay, so let's look at the learning objectives for this class. So understand that current is the flow of charges over time. Number 2, recognise the appropriate units for current and charge. And 3, apply the equation to exam questions. Okay, let's get started. So let's think about what is current. So think about electricity, but a lot of people don't think what it is. Okay, so the actual definition, and it helps us to understand the equations as well, is current is the number of electrical charges moving past a point per second. Okay, and current you may be familiar with. So current is measured in amps. Okay, so current is measured in amps. Okay, we'll talk about a bit later how it relates to other things. So to think about it visually, okay, I've drawn this diagram. So in metals, the charges we just talked about are usually electrons. So in your wires in your computer and everything, they're usually electrons. Okay, they flow about in metals and they carry electrical current. Okay, imagine that's a wire cross section. I zoomed in a lot. Little electrons all traveling along. It doesn't actually necessarily have to be electrons that carry a current there. So just a bit of information. You're running to chemistry as well. Is that ions can carry a current. So electrolysis, you'll see, because I won't talk about that in this video because it's chemistry, but electrolysis, you'll see ions carrying a current, and also radioactivity. So it's physics, so I'll include it here. So ions such as the helium 2+ ion, so that's an alpha particle. Just write it alpha next to it. That's an alpha particle. Okay, it can also be a current. Okay, so just keep that in mind that it doesn't always have to be electrons. Most of the time it is, but it's not always. Okay, so electrons have a charge of 1.6 times 10 to the minus 19 coulombs, capital C, coulombs. You may not have come across that before, coulombs. Okay, it's not an ohm, it's a coulomb. This is going to share a similar, that's a coulomb. Okay, it's named after a person. Okay, so the equation linking current, charge and time is Q equals I times T, or Q equals IT. It kind of looks like the word quit, I would think. So Q is charge in coulombs, I is current in amps. I know we might say, why is it I? It's just because other things are taken, so it'd be I. And T is time just in seconds, so T is normal time. Okay, example 1. So a current of 2 amps flows for 5 seconds. How much charge is transferred? So we pause it and give it a go. Okay, so this is not a complicated equation. Okay, let's have a go. So I've just done it for you here. Q equals I times T. So straightforward, 2 amps times 5 seconds, 10 coulombs, capital C. It's always important to have the right case in physics. Okay, upper and lowercase. So this one, example 2. Oh, I've already done it for you. And cover up with it. The 20 coulombs, because it involved rearranging. The 20 coulombs of charge passes a point in 4 seconds. What is the current? So again, we use Q equals I times T, same equation. Always write that down because you can actually get a point, so a mark for writing down an equation. So I put that you can rearrange these first, or you can put the numbers in. So I have a little space here to show you that you could have rearranged it to make I the subject, okay, by Q over T, dividing both sides by T equals I. Okay, so you could have done it that way and then put numbers in, or you can put numbers in first. And when I was at school, I used to put numbers in first at the time, so I always show it to students both ways. So 20 divided by 4, so dividing both sides by 4 here, is 5 amps. Okay, so it's nice and straightforward. It's 5 amps. Example 3, so a current of 3 amps transfers 9 coulombs of charge. So how long was it flowing for? So again, always write down the equation Q equals IT. So this time we could have rearranged that first. So Q equals I. When they're written next to each other letters, it means they're multiplied. Often I'll leave out the times. You want to keep it in, that's fine, but I'll leave it out because you're used to physics, you just can't leave it out because you don't need to write it. So you want to make T the subject. It's quite straightforward again, isn't it? We just divide both sides by I this time. Okay, so you get T the subject. Okay, so after that, you put the numbers in. So 9 coulombs, okay, over 3 amps gives you 3 seconds. Probably the most difficult thing here is just remembering the units, really, because the actual maths is actually very straightforward. So all questions will be based around this. That's as difficult as it gets. So could be a little unfamiliar thing to you, but it should be a fine in exam. So thank you for joining the class. Hope to see you in another one. Goodbye.